Hello, folks. You're listening to Busker Broadcast, and I am Abby the Spoon Lady, and we've got a special guest with us.
Derek Lyons.
Awesome. And we're going to be playing buskin' tunes and doing buskin' stuff and talking about buskin' culture. How long have you been in town, Derek?
I've only been in Asheville a couple weeks now, but I've feel an immense amount of kindness and beauty here, and I think I came right at the right time. So
yeah, it's right at the beginning of the busking season.
Indeed.
How long have you been a busker?
Unofficially, a couple years. I've traveled out west and down the coast there, and done it a little bit in the Midwest. But I haven't really haven't been able to dive into it until I've been in Asheville.
Yeah. And what was it that made you want to dive into it exactly?
That's a loaded question, to be honest with you, but
we don't have to delve too far if you don't want to.
I've thought a lot about coming down here to North Carolina and checking it out, and I just started traveling down the Shenandoah, and everyone along the way said you got to make it to Asheville, and do this there.
Awesome.
Basically.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you want to play us a tune?
One or two, sure.
Here, let's scoot this microphone over to your guitar. One at your voice. Oh, I think we'll be set. Yeah. What song is this?
This is a song called It's Okay. About to begin, yeah. About to begin, I won't be afraid. One of these days, yeah. One of these days, I'll get it right, I swear. It always been this way. I guess I'm supposed to feel my nerves. And that's okay, yeah. That's okay with me. This sort of thing happens all the time. And it's not all supposed to feel fine. Waiting to cry, yeah. Waiting to cry, I'm waiting to die. But it's all mapped out. It's all mapped out. Jesus, kill me now. That's okay. That's okay with me today. words to say, got nothing to say. I say it again. I'd get out of your dreams, yeah, out of your dreams, but it's all I have these days. And I'd let it go, I'd let it go. Can you let it go for our own sake? And that's okay. Yeah, that'd be okay with me today. No words to say, no words to say. I say it again, I say it again, I say it again, I say it again. It's about to begin, yeah, about to begin. I won't be afraid.
Where do you find the inspiration for a lot of your songs? And where did that come from?
All over the place, really. Just on a day-to-day basis, you know, I just find a struggle or a weight just trying to hold me back, and me trying to break through. And I think everyone has this kind of struggle in life, and it's all about taking that first step forward, I think, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I do. What about music in your family?
Music in my family is actually pretty scarce. My mother, however, has a wonderful singing voice. I think I got a lot of my creativity from her, too. She always wanted to be an actress, of course, but she had a couple of kids to raise single-handedly, so she ended up becoming a barber instead.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Among many things. But,
that's a good profession.
Yeah. So, as far as I know, my family hasn't had a lot of musical experience. I myself started in percussion and on drums in high school, and kind of faded away from it, and rediscovered it in a poetic sense, I think, after I decided to drop out of college, and listen to a lot of Bob Dylan. And then you know, people started calling me Bob, and we kind of just took it from there. Guitar was a lot easier to write songs to than drums. So
Well, what genre do you consider yourself?
yeah, I've been trying to figure that out for a while. I think it's something like funk folk. I really don't know what you'd call it.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Why not?
Sure.
Why not?
I call it homegrown from time to time, too. Homegrown music.
There's a lot of homegrown music around Asheville. It seems like that's a very popular thing here, and I really love it for it. And so I'm sure you'll fit right in. What are your thoughts about being here and busking here? I mean, do you feel like you've been well received?
Among my peers, pretty well, I'd say. I've met some great people along the sidewalk. And, you know, it is a different lifestyle that I was eager to dive into, and it's definitely challenging at times, but, you know, no risk, no reward, you know. You gotta power forward every day.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think the biggest issues are as far as street performing as a living?
Well, it's it's probably just people completely walking by you. You know, everyone hypnotized by whatever they're doing in their life, that they don't usually have the time to slow down, rarely just stop and listen and appreciate what's going on around them, And that goes for busking and anything aside from busking, really,
Yeah. It's very true. I really enjoy busking. I feel like it kind of creates a little community.
Sure.
Folks get to know each other. It's a chance to stand next to somebody for a moment and meet somebody new.
Mm.
And those opportunities are becoming less and less. And probably the invention of air conditioning and the television and the fact that houses are not being built with front porches all the time now. That has something to do with it too, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Everyone's living in their own box.
But, trading music kind of gets you out of that box, and even witnessing others trading music kind of pulls you out of that box, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Being cozy in your box is one thing. But sometimes you gotta live a little.
Yeah, definitely.
Just got to. You got another one for us?
Oh, absolutely. This one's called Where Our Hearts Met. So it's got a little bit of an intro. But...
Awesome.
Where's my baby? Where baby went? I haven't seen my darling's face of late, and I'll admit I'm a little stressed about this. I don't feel I can wait. I'm caught up in you're caught between yourself and everything else. You say, what's it mean to dream dreams like this? I guess some things just stick in your head, like the night we first kissed. Where our hearts met, where our hearts met, where our hearts met, where our hearts met. Where our hearts met, where our hearts met, where our hearts met. Don't feel I can wait any longer. Where's my baby? Where baby went? I haven't seen my darling's face of late, and I'll admit I'm a little stressed about this. I don't feel I can wait. without his upper half, a resting shell, resting in the shores of your breast, where our hearts met, 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 where our
So do you have a favorite spot in Asheville to play music at?
You know, honestly, there's two little spots, but one is, pretty unavailable till the night shift. My favorite daytime shift is on Wall Street, actually, in the most unlikely of places, perhaps, but it's right across from a lot of vegetation, and maybe that's why I enjoy it. It's just a little touch of nature in the city, which is cozy for me.
Cool.
Not really used to this big city living.
Well, where are you born and raised?
I'm originally from northeastern Pennsylvania. Like I said, I've moved around a little bit. I lived in Colorado for a while, in Vermont, in one of the coldest winters ever. And I was kind of tired of, the cold.
Yeah, it does get cold up there. Whew.
Yeah, but it is beautiful. Lots of rolling hills, lush vegetation, which is not lost down here in Asheville in the Smoky Mountains. This is still very, very beautiful area to live in.
Well, how long did you say you were going to be in town?
Through June probably, and then I have to be back up into New York in July and PA in August. So we'll see what happens then, I guess. But.
All right.
One day at a time.
Yeah. And then do you maybe plan on coming back, or is all that up in the air?
It's definitely up in the air. But one thing I learned, it's when the wind blows, you gotta spread your wings and fly, or it'll just ruffle your feathers. So I kind of just blow with that wind. I'm on that current with the cloud. Not to say I'm on cloud 9, but
I get it. No, trust me, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, what was the name of that last one?
Where Our Hearts Met.
So how do folks get a hold of your music, and how do they get a hold of you if they're interested?
They don't. No.
Oh, come on.
Well, I have a CD. I have a CD on me, but I have not put it up on iTunes or Amazon or anything like that. I just kind of carry it on me. It was selling out of a brewery up north at one point, but other than that, I have a SoundCloud and a Facebook page. On Facebook, you can look me up as Casual Water, and SoundCloud, I think, is called Sid the Grid. Sid with a Y.
That's cool, and I'll find those links, and I will post them on the Busker broadcast page in case somebody is wanting to find them and doesn't want to dig through the archive to listen to this again. But I hope you do. I will be chopping up these songs one at a time so that folks can listen to them.
Great.
And I think that'll be fun. And then you can post them around, and that'll be great. Do you have like a favorite city to busk in, or is Asheville pretty much being your primary city?
Like I said, there's Burlington, Vermont has a nice little street on it, Church Street, and LA, I was down in Santa Monica, but I've never really Asheville's the spot for busking. It really is, I've never seen so many buskers in one location, and I've never seen, you know, people so drawn to that, you know, to that. I feel like that's what makes Asheville, you know. I feel like half the reason why people come here, besides the great food, is to see buskers, you know, and street performers, you know. It's unlike any town in the States that I know of.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know that Burlington's a permit situation. What are your thoughts on permits with busking? And I ask this of folks who aren't Asheville natives the most, because I'm really curious as to their thoughts. And I'm totally willing to share mine. But
Well, I just think that the law should be there to help us, not restrict us.
Right.
You know? And not just speaking as buskers. That should go with everything, you know?
Right.
I mean, we are the people, you know? And everyone's got to make it, you know?
Right. See, one thing I have noticed is that a lot of folks, even just within the last couple of weeks, as I've been bringing them into Busker broadcast, a lot of these folks are only here for a night and then they're gone. And so if there was a permit situation put in place that would completely keep them from being able to come through and play music as they were passing through, and that's half the buskers.
It defeats the
That's half the
purpose of busking, really, you know, traveling
right.
from town to town, you know.
And so I try to explain the way that, you know, the culture is, the way it moves from place to place, and to folks, and it's very hard to describe. But yeah, I'm definitely not for permits, and
I never knew.
definitely not. You know, I just feel like everybody should have a turn.
Well, sure.
Well, you got another one for us?
I do. Yeah, let's get to it, I guess. This one's called Rogue Christian.
Ooh. What was the title of that one again?
Rogue Christian.
Rogue Christian. Do you have stories behind any of these songs?
Oh, I'm sure I do, but they're all, well, they're all part of the same story. I mean, that last one more follows along the trail of I have a daughter, a new daughter. She's gonna be 8 months old this week, and that's me just kind of tapping back into my roots of spirituality to find the strength to persevere, for her, basically,
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Given you just said that you had a child, so I'm going to ask this question.
Sure.
Would you ever take your child out busking?
Maybe not at the age she is now.
Well, no. But as a learning musician, as she gets older, is that something that you would consider?
Absolutely. Yeah, without a doubt. Really just being in her presence brings me an amazing amount of joy that I've never had. So being able to take her anywhere would be a blessing, really. But
yeah.
And if I could even get her involved, clapping her hands or cymbals or whatnot,
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be exciting, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely. And what attractions and things have you seen in Nashville since you've been here?
Oh, you know what? There was a drum circle a couple Fridays ago dedicated to the Nepali Relief Fund, and that was cool. I know you guys have drum circles every Friday down in Perchard Park, but
yeah,
that one was especially interesting, to say the least. As far as attractions go, well, I went up to the woods a little bit, but I've really just been hanging around busking town, here for business.
Yeah. What about favorite food so far?
I did have a mamacita burrito a few days ago, and
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I should have taken a nap after that, but they really stuff it. So that's probably my favorite food so far, even though every place in town seems like a beautiful cuisine of its own.
I really like to go to Farm Burger, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's one I have not checked out yet, but it looks like it's always busy and it always smells great walking by.
Yeah. I don't know. I love it. How many songs you got on your list?
Well, I have actually reached a milestone of 100 songs.
Whoa!
So I don't think we'll get through them today, but
whoa! You'll have to come on again then.
Yeah, and I'd love to. I'd love that. I'd love that opportunity. But if you want to hear another one, that's up to you. I could even do a short one.
No, we got half an hour.
Oh, well, I guess I'll do a couple more.
Yeah. You just go ahead and play away.
All right.
Whichever songs you're wanting to play.
All right. It sounds good. This is a new one. It might only be half of this song. I haven't quite worked it out. But here it goes. And I hate to leave. And I hate how it feels. But it ain't the same, don't you think? And I can't wait to be free. have been all alone. My mistake was letting love get so strong. And I'm a home, and so I there's the door that'll beat you to it. And that's that one so far. A lot different from my others, I'm sure. But
Well, I heard you playing Raleigh and Spencer the other day. That was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, I would definitely love to do that. I just didn't know if I could. Actually, that brings me to the point of you saying that songs that old we inherit. You know, songs that old belong to everyone. Even if everyone tries to make their own version of it.
Right, they're not covers. They're your songs to begin with.
Right. And I really like that. You know, and Raleigh and Spencer speaks to me, directly from the soul, as I, think it would many people. Would you want me to play that one?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I might even play that on my other radio shows. We talk about folk tunes and a lot about oral tradition and the way it's still kind of rolling today, even though some say it's dead. But,
oh no, it's alive and kicking. And, I'll show you right now.
And especially amongst the Busker culture, and that's extremely important to portray and show folks, I feel.
Yeah.
So, awesome.
Fire. Now Riley and Spencer is burning down. There ain't no more whiskey in this town. No, there ain't no more whiskey in this town. Well, I can eat more chicken than a pretty girl can fry. I don't tell you no doggone lies. No, I don't tell you no doggone lies. Well, I looked down that road about as far as I could see. I see that man got my woman, she got me. I see that boy got my woman, she got me. And now Riley and Spencer's burning down. There ain't no more whiskey in this town. No, there ain't no more whiskey in this town. Well, if that river was whiskey and I was a duck, boy, I'd dive down and never come up. Yeah, I'd dive down and never come up. But I'm gonna buy me a mansion and live up on that hill, boy, I'll drink my whiskey from the still. Yeah, I'll drink my whiskey from the still. Ooh, now my God, I just won't take this no more. There's a medicine man in my bedroom door. I'm gonna rob me a bank and liquor store. And now Riley and Spencer's burning down. There ain't no more whiskey in this town. No, son, I drank all the whiskey
That's real. I really enjoy the way that you put that together. Your own interpretation of that song.
Thanks.
I like how dramatic you make it feel, and I think it's important to put some drama in things. I love it.
Sure.
I think it's awesome.
Sure.
I really do. Have you had a favorite moment or a strange tip since you've been busking?
Since I've been busking, actually, it's funny to say that. Coming down, what was it? I think I was in Tennessee. Someone tipped me a skateboard. The other night, someone tipped me a hard cider. So, yeah, it's strange, like some people, they might not have cash on them, but they still want to, pay it forward in a sense and say, hey, man, you're doing a good job, And even when people give me a thumbs up, I rejoice, just because they might not stop to hear me, but they can feel me, like you said, they can feel the drama, so to speak.
Totally. Yeah, and I sometimes I have folks who very, very obviously have much, much less money than I do, and they're still, giving out,
right,
a buck or two themselves, or digging out a cigarette for you, or whatever it is,
sure.
and or pocket treasures. I like pocket treasures. You get folks coming up, and they've got like rings from gumball machines,
cool.
or the fancy wooden nickel that they found, or
Someone actually tipped me a crystal that is supposed to accumulate or attract wealth.
Crystals and stones are good ones too.
Yeah,
or on the beach, you end up with like seashells and like, cool looking little
sand dollars. And cool
stuff like that. I like that stuff. I think it's kind of fun. Somebody in Nashville gave me a koala from Australia.
Okay. Wait, like a baby koala, really?
Well, it was like this clip-on thing, kind of like a brooch, and you clipped it on,
nice.
and it had a boomerang or something.
Yeah, and all of them, they might seem random, but man, it's cool, And it usually is like the most unlikely people that will come up to you and try to tip you, with something.
Yeah, definitely. I like the randomness though.
Yeah, me too.
And and here you don't quite get the same amount of the drunk crowd as you do in some of the other cities. In Nashville, it gets very, very drunk and very, very naked, very, very fast after 10 o'clock. And it was kind of a joke to kind of like, I don't know, my old band used to huddle up in the ice cream parlor. We'd sit there, and it was kind of like a joke to like stick a foot or a finger out and be like, it's kind of drunk outside. Yeah, because it got pretty rowdy.
Drunk with a chance of naked.
Well, the later it got, the shorter the skirts got, and the higher the heels got.
Sure.
And, it's just... And downtown Nashville's always been a seedy place. It's a completely different world from here. Completely different world. Here, folks are a little bit more grounded, a little bit art-minded, a little bit more earth-minded. And, completely different world.
Yeah, you don't have to go far, do you?
No.
Find something completely different.
Have you taken a look at any of the galleries and stuff as you've been walking around, or?
Yes, actually, in every town that I stop in, I try to make it a point, to wander into some galleries that if I can. There was one on Biltmore, I think I saw just giant paintings, and the one I really liked was just like this big circular cloud like thing with the rain falling down. That's just something I've always liked to observe in life as like an oncoming storm, kind of like the monsoon that is approaching outside as we speak.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it to rain.
Yeah, seeing the rain come over the hills and approach is just it builds a positive anxiety, you know.
Yeah.
I guess they call that excitement, but
I love how it's been warming up. I love it.
oh yeah.
My muscles get to get loose again. I get to feel like I'm out living once again. You know?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
always, at the beginning of every busking season, I always kind of pull a muscle or two because I'm trying to jump into it, just like, like I haven't been taking all winter off.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's real hard work sometimes, standing out in the sun. Sometimes you end up dealing with some rough characters. I mean, have you had any strange experiences with folks? Because sometimes I know that I'll get out. Sometimes I'll be playing and somebody will be making me feel uncomfortable or something of the sort. Have you ever had any kind of issues like that where something was going on around your busking space that made you feel uncomfortable?
You know, I've over the years I've just been able to shrug people off in a way, because people will encounter, certain people and automatically feel deterred or something, or just like something's off. The only thing I've really encountered was the other night. This man out of New York City, I guess, or something, was yelling at me about a Grateful Dead song, which I wasn't playing Grateful Dead or anything close to it, but I guess he just had to vent about how he hated that kind of music, and I don't know what his problem was really, but
it kind of sounds like maybe he was just in a real bad mood.
well, the thing was, he was smiling, so I wasn't really sure if he was, I don't know what.
Well, and that's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think he knew what he was doing. If he was trying to, criticize me or himself, who knows?
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, you go and you put yourself out there, and it's just kind of like, take it or leave it.
Yeah, and that's really what people I think just don't get, how much it takes to build yourself up enough to go out in the street and perform, and then they feel like they got to cut you down or something. It's like, look, I'm already doing me, doing the most humble thing I could possibly do. What are you doing?
But no, I know what you mean. You got another one for us?
I do, and this one is a little bit different, but I've been dying to play it, so.
Ooh. All right. Well, that sounds very, very important. What's the name of it, though?
I'm gonna tell you after it's done.
Oh. Okay. Now the suspense has been building.
She slipped right through. Thought you could, thought you would, thought I never knew. Turn your head again. I tell myself that it don't feel good, my friend. To know that something's gonna miss what you can't confess. Think you can hide from me? Can you hide from you? Think you can
feel wired, feel wrapped around this pole. Like I've crashed, like I've lost all control of my mind, of my heart, and of my soul. But you know I'm a man who can't let go of this future when it holds so much more, so much. You know I can't give up. Can you give up on me? 'Cause I can't give up on this. I won't, I can't, you know. I can't, I won't, you know. You know I can't give up. Can you give up on me? 'Cause I can't give up on this. I won't, I can't, you know. I won't, I can't, you know. I won't, I can't, you know. So that one's gonna be called Can't Give Up.
So you say you've got hundreds and hundreds of songs?
I didn't say hundreds, I said
A billion?
800, maybe.
800?
800. Well, with all the folk music, you know,
Yeah,
all
well,
those passed down tunes.
yep. Can't forget those. That, you know, those are my pride and joy. I love them folk tunes.
I hear you.
So, do you have a favorite song, or a song that you start with? Some buskers have like a song that they always start with, or always end with, or just like a favorite song.
It's tough to say favorite. It's tough to pick favorites. You know, I do try to start off with "It's Okay" here and there, but
Yeah, that's what you started off with. This go.
Yeah, that it is. But do I have a favorite? Tough one to say, really. I usually do end with Raleigh and Spencer, but I have had like a warm-up tune for a while that I pretty much wrote in one night out in Wyoming. It's called "Too Far Away." I play it for my daughter all the time. It calms her right down, even when I don't have a guitar. And so that one's kind of partial to me, but it's it's a very quick, short song. I just realized none of these are on the CD, but that's okay.
So you can get more. All you gotta do is wander around downtown and find Derek. You know, and you can always also send Busker Broadcast an email, buskerbroadcast@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook, and we could try to poke at them for you. You know, it ain't too hard. It's all digital media, and we're all linked together somehow. Just find your way there, and we'll get it back to you.
Yeah, I appreciate you bringing me in here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm glad you came in. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. It has been. It's been a blast. So one more.
Yeah, let's do one more.
One more. Yeah.
All right, Derek Lyons.
Too far away, you're just too far. See the twinkle in the stars, I know that they're lost I know that they're far. Gonna reach them someday, gonna reach them some way. Lord, I will climb, yeah. Too far away to hear my song tonight. You're lost in space and out of sight. Too far away, just like the stars. You shine so bright, you're wrapped in dark. Heavy now, just like my heart, but you never fall. Wrapped in my arms. Too far away, you're just too far. And the wind is right in my eyes. When it blows this way, I can't help but cry. It's the wind that moves within my strife, over these hills and through my life. I want the wind to whip some mighty waves. Let me flip me through these days. You're too far away through a stretch of time. Before you're mine, you're too far away in the depths of time. You're too far away from my side. Too far away, but I keep in mind. It's only time, it's only time. Too far away, but I keep in mind. It's only life, it's only life. Too far away.
Woo!
Thank you.
All right, you want to maybe recap, tell people, how to get a hold of you, or just maybe your email, or?
Yeah, my email is DerekLyonsSid@gmail.com. Really, your best chance is probably just looking me up on Facebook. Casual Water, I think everyone knows Facebook's.
And I've already posted that link on all the other appropriate links and pages. So, and I'm hoping that this won't be your only year here, and maybe you'll stop through again through Asheville.
I could feel it. It's a very, it's a place full of gravity, so to speak. That it just draws you in the closer you get to it.
Awesome, I love it. I think we're gonna take a quick break. We got some more folks in for you after the 5 o'clock hour, so I'm gonna look up some bus break for us, and we're gonna take a moment and go from there. Yeah, I think we are.